My name is Bruce Carroll. I pastor in Shreveport, Louisiana, the Historic Antioch Baptist Church. I'm married, 4 children, grown children, and 4 great-grandchildren. In a sense, I deal with the environmental nature of our communities. Not only am I a pastor, but I consider myself also as an environmentalist by holding revivals, climate revivals, reignites. I'm also the national director for Green the Church, and so we have 5 or 6 other chapters across the state, California, across the country, California, Georgia, Texas, Louisiana, Florida, DMV, and also a chapter in Kenya as well. And just doing this work and glad to be doing it. With Green the Church and our church, basically advocate and get information to our communities and our churches. And so we advocate for our communities by talking about the issues that are plaguing our communities: clean air, clean water, clean communities. I'm dealing with a project now with my own church, a church where I pastor, historic church that needed some maintenance, some love and care, and so we're doing asbestos removal, those times to make sure the church is environmentally safe even to come in, and so before we have worship, those types of things. But we also work along with a group called Beyond Petrochemical, who is a supporter of the work that we do, a partner in a sense, and we're dealing with the issue between 85-mile corridor between New Orleans and also Baton Rouge. It's called River Parish, St. John Parish, where they're dealing with toxic chemicals, petrochemical plants, Cancer Alley, where people are dying more from cancer than gun violence, and so alarming rates of cancer in those areas. So we're having conversations with the community leaders, conversation with the community. We also do some things in terms of voting rights as well. So we met on the Capitol a couple of weeks ago with the Group Power Coalition, where we trying to make sure that certain bills are passed or certain bills are not passed. Just advocate, just being there, being on the front line in a sense, because a lot of times if we just show up, that shows the political people that are in office that we care, that we're concerned, and we're not going to take. We're not going to just stand back and allow you to do anything to us as a people. We were born into this in a sense. Our parents, I tell people that at 6 weeks old, when mom could take us to tradition, after 6 weeks, we can go places. 6 weeks old, we was in the church from day one. Our father was a pastor. Our grandfather, our uncles were pastors and deacons and men who were around the church. So we grew up, our family grew up in church in the morning, church in the noonday, church in the evening, church on Wednesday, church on Friday. Basically, that's where we got our formation from in terms of learning how to lead, being leaders, participating in the choir, usher board, different things that happen around our church function. We grew up in the church. I mean, it was like next to nature. You would get up in the morning, you going to church. That's just what we did. And so as a result, there was as we move forward and began to see what we're going to be doing in terms of our future and began to pray about it and begin to talk about it, kind of like it was already on me before I even, I had, of course, other plans that I really want to do. And I do them, but not this work, not pastoral work, not leading people. That wasn't in my plan. I just believe it was all in God's plan to have us to be an advocate, be able to speak truth to power, to be able to talk about issues that are confronting us as a community, as a people. So it just kind of fell in place. Like I said, we've been doing it all our lives. It's just like second nature to us. And so to me, let me say it to me, because I have brothers and sisters that also who are pastors who are involved in this work as well. And when you start talking about the environmental piece, connecting those dots to see where we can't breathe, or we don't have clean air, we don't have food that's not contaminated, if we don't have good lighting, you know, if we don't have these things in order to help us to move forward, then somebody's got to stand up and talk forward. Man, this prep course has been none like before. I have, when I first got the information about it, I'm always inquisitive. I say nosy, but I'm inquisitive about opportunities to meet people, to go places. And so when I got the information about it, you know, I quickly signed up. Not really knowing everything, but I knew I was going to be around people of different background, faith leaders from different areas. That's what I was really excited about. Then it's going to be hosted, you know, here at the Holy Wisdom Monastery. So once again, though, just want to be able to touch and feel, meet people, greet people. So this being in this position to sit down and talk with monks, also to learn. They're Buddhist monks, you know, Hindu, you know, just didn't know. But once again, always was curious to know, and then to get here, and just as curious I am, they are curious as well. You know what I know? So just begin to have the conversations. This has been, of course, an eye-opening experience. I just want to, you know, thank the Keeler team for being able to pull this together, you know, and wish for more of these where we can come together, not to talk about one belief over another belief, but we can talk about having clean, healthy food to eat. Because everybody want to eat. Everybody has to eat. You know, everybody has to drink water. You know, everybody wants to breathe fresh air. You know, and so those kinds of things. Everybody wants to live in a place where the environment is conducive, is healthy and clean. So once again, regardless of your denominational background, your religious affiliation, at the end of the day, we're all people, and so every person, every individual had a right to do that. As we've conversated, I tend to believe that in our culture and our religious belief, the key factor is love. And of course, there talks about different kinds of love, but this godly love, this agape love, where we can genuinely love you, and that is also reciprocated. You know, and so as I've learned, as I've listened, want to be able to lead from here. Matter of fact, like I've already put faces on Facebook. I've already shared in our churches group. Like, hey, y'all, look who I'm hanging out with today. You know, and we've already passed out, giving out numbers and emails before the long list is done, where we're going to stay in community and stay in contact, just to say hello, just, you know, and also want to be able to bring people of different denominations, of different faith, I'm saying different faith beliefs, to introduce them to the Antioch church and the community, which, you know, so I say to them, you know, once again, you know, here's a space where you can connect with nature and connect with God, you know, at the same time connect with other people. So we're gonna leave this this prep convening, this prep cohort with a greater understanding of God, a greater understanding of God's people, a better nurturing, just to hold Brittany's baby. Doesn't have to be anything much, just to hold Brittany's baby and her baby to look at me, you know, and to say one day Brittany's baby is going to be standing there teaching, you know, those kinds of things, having those conversations, then begin to see, and have that vision, see the future of prep, to see the future of even Loka, you know, move forward. Sure. I will say that anything that Green the Church can do to help, you know, we're here. Our CEO, my brother, Dr. Ambrose Carroll, has already committed. We've had the conversation. It's interesting. I will say this. When Tequila mentioned that he had been here before, I didn't remember that, you know. And so he said, you remember me telling you, you know, I just didn't remember it. So once again, so the connection there, that we continue to work together, continue to bridge these gaps, continue to communicate. And I'm looking forward to the next one. Or if I don't, sending somebody this way to be a part of it, you know, passing that torch on, you know, letting somebody else be in this space and experience what happens with prep and Loka as well.